Welcome back to the Basketball Operations Podcast, episode number 9. Today we're going to give grades to all the free agency signings that happened over the last, couple of days?
Yeah,
last
week. Since
pretty
Monday,
much the week,
so.
yeah. And there was a lot of stuff that happened. In general, this was like a W free agency.
It was fun free agency.
It was a fun free. There was something that happened like every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was really fun. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna have quick hitters. So those that either did not do anything, and or kind of had only signed like 2 or 3 or 1 person, or like a re-signing or something like that. Give them a grade. And then, once we go on to more in-depth teams as to how they improve, what they lost, all that stuff, we're going to have a criteria here. So 1 will be, does it move the meter, as in conference finals? 2, does the contract make sense with the money that they had? Is it overvaluing the player? Is it undervaluing the player? Or 3, did it or does it make sense for the team in general, or did they just get it for the name, just to have them,
just for the band?
Yeah, just for the name. It doesn't make any there are some that don't make any sense.
They just got a guy to get a guy.
Yeah, or to fill the roster spot. Yeah. So so we'll go Sixers first. We'll go Sixers first. So Sixers, they signed Andre Drummond to a 2-year.
yeah.
Just the first one.
I can't wait for the Drummond Simmons if they keep him pick and roll.
Yeah, everyone's fucking vomiting, bro. It's just Brick City up in freaking Philadelphia right now.
So he's the Dwight Howard replacement.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
This is dumb.
It does, yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. It's a 2-year, $2 million. Okay, that's his value. This has been Andre Drummond's value since he was done with the Pistons.
Yeah.
This is his value, and there's some people out there that overvalue him. And Josh.
Come on.
That overvalue him, and this doesn't make any sense. He's just not guy that he drops so many pick and rolls. It's so horrible.
Rock hands,
right? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. They also signed Georges Niang for a 2-year, $6 million, which
another shooter.
But when he was on the Jazz, he did well, spacing out in the corner, and he just got beat defensively a lot of times. So especially against the Clippers, Georges Niang could be a small ball 5, but he just doesn't move his feet well.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you give it? I give it an F. This is just an F. This is just an L.
D plus.
Yeah, because
I give it a D plus because they did bring back Danny Green. And
yeah. They did bring.
So.
Yeah. So that brings it up. Okay, yeah. Because I just found out this morning too that Danny Green re-signed on a 2-year, $10 million, I think.
Yeah. So 2 for 20.
Yeah, 2 for 20. I mean.
Shooter.
It's another shooter. He brought it back. Yeah. It's just, I just feel for this team, you're shopping Ben Simmons, you're shopping Tobias Harris. It just doesn't matter.
I feel we're going to see the same thing from the Sixers we saw this past season.
Yeah.
Second round,
and then that's it. Yeah. That's it. So yeah, D plus is a good grade. The next quick hitter is the Cavs. I gave it. They only signed Jared Allen to a 5-year, $100 million, which I mean, when I saw it, I'm a huge Jared Allen fan.
Yeah.
But I just felt like he could have gone somewhere else because I know the Cavs are trying to do this Twin Towers, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen thing. It might work, and if it does, then this contract makes sense. If it doesn't, then this contract doesn't make sense.
I mean, they're big believers in him.
Yeah. You okay?
I need to sneeze. My fault. Yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna trade him or let him go in restricted free agency.
Yeah.
But I guess they saw the potential. Okay, let's run Mobley at the 4, Jared at the 5.
5, yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna be contenders.
No. So. I mean, you never know. I mean, let's say they figure it out, right? It's Sexland, Okoro, Mobley, and Jared Allen. That's a good young starting 5.
They're not making them.
I mean, it's a play-in
potential
10th.
Yeah.
But like you never know. Like, but if they make it work, I give the Cavs a C because like
I mean the safe move, bring back Allen. Is it pushing you 40?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
One of those moves.
Yeah, like this could have been. I feel like he could have. I mean, the cap space in general, this free agency is not the best.
Yeah.
Like there were only like I think, what, like 6 teams that like could actually afford people, like new people.
Yeah.
Like not counting re-signings and stuff like that. So like I guess there wasn't really much because like what were the cap space options? There was like the Mavericks had cap space.
A little bit. The Thunder, but they're not bringing in contract.
No. There was somebody else that had.
The Knicks had a little bit.
The Knicks had a little bit, but I mean the Knicks.
The Pistons.
Yeah, so there was like a lot of like rebuilding teams that like I guess for him and his agent is like I might as well just stay here and get a bag and then we'll see what happens. So next up the Celtics. Enes Kanter to 1 year, $2 million.
This guy, you can't decide where to go.
It's Trail
Blazers, Celtics.
Yeah, it's just going back and forth.
Like, dude.
His last 4 teams were Celtics, Blazers, Celtics, Blazers.
I guess he just likes those cities.
He likes the city. He loves Boston.
I'm gonna be honest. I give this like a D minus.
Yeah, I gave it a D. I mean, with Enes, and then the Boston Celtics are in such a weird position now. They're like, yeah, we could give up Jaylen Brown. We don't even have a point guard.
They're confused.
Their starting point guard is Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
So, like, because they lost Kemba and they didn't have anyone coming off the bench. They had Jeff Teague, but he got traded.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just
doing?
I don't know what they're doing. They're just wasting Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's career at this point.
They're like, Enes Kanter, come on.
Yeah.
He doesn't play defense. So
and they're at the point where they're considering resigning Isaiah Thomas to like a 1-year vet or something. And it's just like
Brad Stevens, come on, man.
Yeah, it's just like ever since Brad Stevens stepped in as GM, like
I think they got worse.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know. They've been getting worse ever since they made the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron. Like they've been getting worse, and it was like.
Which you should be getting better if you have a guy like Tatum.
Yeah, because Tatum was 20 at that time, or
he's
what?
Only 19.
He's only 19.
Yeah.
So I gave the Celtics a D. Yeah, it's a D.
D minus. You're feeling the class. You're taking it next summer.
Yeah, it's just this is it's just horrible. Next up, the Clippers. Clippers only re-signed Nick Batum, which is a W signing. It's a good move. You keep your whole core because like at the end of the day, you didn't have Kawhi Leonard healthy.
Yeah. So you need as many wings to
And when you have Kawhi healthy, then
that lineup is pretty.
Yeah, then they could have easily beat the Suns. I mean, they took him to 6 with just Paul George and Reggie Jackson.
Lengthy wings in the NBA, and Nick Batum, you put him on the best guy.
Reggie Jackson signed the qualifying offer or something, right? Or like
he hasn't signed anything.
He hasn't signed anything.
No,
right?
he's still
free agent.
Yeah.
Oh damn, yeah, because I've been hearing his name. The 5 names that I think are still available is Kelly Oubre, Schroeder, Markkanen. Who were we talking
Reggie
about?
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson and like I think the best next
Paul Millsap.
was like something like Paul Millsap, but I mean those and Iguodala it's so funny because Schroeder's out here waiting for the call, and at this point Paul Millsap and Iguodala like 37 are much more valuable than him. And did you see the thing? It was like the GM. There was like some random GM. He's like, I think Dennis Schroeder should open his call to international because like he might be. I was dying. I was like,
what
no
grade did you give
way.
the Clippers? I gave him a C+.
I give him a B because like it keeps the core, but I could see why you give him a C+.
It's just
because
one of those moves.
Yeah, because they lost Markieff Morris to 1 year.
No. Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
Marcus on
I
the
keep
Clippers.
getting. They're the joint account, whatever. Next up, the Kings. So they re-signed Rashawn Holmes, which was a good signing. 4 for $55 million.
That's a W.
They signed Mo Harkless to a 2-year, $9 million. Terrence Davis to a 2-year, $8 million, and Alex Len to a 7.65. I gave him a C.
I give him a C too.
Yeah,
just for bringing back
solid
Rashawn.
C. Yeah, just for bringing back Rashawn because like.
And the hometown discount a little bit.
Yeah.
Got a lot more somewhere.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of teams that could have used him, but like the one team is like your Mavericks could have used him a lot.
Don't bring it up.
For sure, but I mean, I don't think you guys had the money to pay, especially since after you guys resigned Tim Hardaway. I don't think you guys had
we
the
could have
money.
made it happen, but Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
we don't talk about it.
So yeah, it's a solid C. I mean, Rashawn Holmes was like just that would have been like a BA.
Yeah.
And then but Terrence Davis and Alex Len was like kind of brought it down a little bit because like the Kings are still like
Davis is nice. I don't know about Alex.
Yeah, I like Terrence Davis. Yeah, Mo Harkless, I don't know either. Alex Len, and like.
Kind of feels like the Kings are just stuck in this place.
Yeah. They can't get out. I mean, they messed up. We'll get to our next episode. Will be about draft grades, but like Davion Mitchell was just like the weirdest pick ever.
Yeah, save the slander.
Yeah, just doesn't. I get. You know what I think it was? I think they anticipated Buddy Hield to be traded at some point, so that's why it was a replacement. Some insurance guard. But like, if you do keep him,
it's like what?
It's like there's 3 guards. Like, do you move Buddy to 3? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. But next up, the Magic. That's a F-. All they signed was Robin Lopez. Like, what the?
Oh yeah, I put a F. Not F-.
It's just F.
I put an F because they got Franz Wagner, his brother. They good in the draft.
They did really well in the draft.
It's just because if Robin Lopez is your
backup 5,
is your star acquisition of your free agency.
And it's like a 1-year rental too. It's like it doesn't really mean anything. So I mean, I have F, but this is like F-, bro. Whenever I see Robin Lopez signing, like Robin Lopez could have made sense somewhere else, but like to the Magic, just like what the like it doesn't make any sense. Pacers. They re-signed T.J. McConnell to a 4-year, $35.
That was a W.
That was a good. I don't know if that's a little. I saw it. I'm like, is this a little overvalued for T.J. McConnell? But like,
he proved it this year. He's a hound on defense.
Yeah.
And he was shoot the ball now.
You know what? Okay, I
gave him a B-.
You know what's funny is that we're thinking of Davion Mitchell, but like Davion Mitchell's floor
could
be T.J. McConnell. Yeah. Like it could probably be the same thing.
And they got Torrey Craig.
Yeah, and they got Torrey Craig. I give it a C, because like.
Well, I want B-.
It would be mine. I went C. I'll probably do C+.
Yeah.
Cause like, the Pacers really do have a solid starting 5 already. Yeah. So they're trying to like first re-sign their backup point guard. They already have Chris Duarte as their like backup 2, and then Torrey Craig is their backup 3. Then they have like Goga, I believe, at
they're
like
gonna be a nice team in the
They're gonna be a nice team. Yeah.
People are counting them out, I think. I don't see a lot of people having them in the top 8. I feel like.
Yeah, they could be a 6.
With the ultimate floor raiser coach for Carlisle.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, they
5 or 6, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams now, especially like that move the meter here that we're gonna look at in a bit. So like for sure in the East, there's probably like at least 5 or 6 teams that are like for sure.
Yeah.
That like are either coming back.
Yeah.
From last year's playoffs. Or it's like a team that was very underwhelming that just added on. So like for sure they're gonna get in the playoffs somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So C+. I'll move my grade up a little bit. Now the Pistons.
I'll teach.
Now the Pistons.
Before we talk about the signings, can I just say my grade?
For Pistons?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
B+.
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 Oh, B?
B+.
For really?
I like what the Pistons did.
I give it an F because I was
the Pistons?
Yeah.
You don't like the Olynyk thing?
I don't like the Olynyk thing. There's
that Cade Olynyk pick and pop. Hey, that's gonna be efficient.
Because I was thinking, I was like, okay, the Pistons are like in a very weird young place, right? And Kelly Olynyk to a 3-year, $37.
That's good value.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, considering because like there's still
a good season too.
Yeah, there's still the meme that like he did play better than Anthony Davis last year.
20-9.
So, and then they re-signed Corey Joseph to a 2-year $10.
And they got Trey Lyles.
And Trey Lyles to a 2-year $5. I always liked Trey Lyles.
Yeah. Good wing. 6'9".
And can shoot the 3 too. Okay. You know what?
They're surrounding Cade with shooters, which is. I mean, if you have a guy with his play style, that's ideally who you want around him. Yeah, and he still got Jeremy Grant. It's a deep big.
I was too harsh.
Okay, I was too harsh.
I think it's just because I saw Pistons name and I was just like,
hey, ew, Detroit.
Yeah, right.
So like Detroit.
So, okay, And again, this is one of those teams that like could. With Cade, the rookie of the year, for sure going to average probably like more than 16, more than 15 points.
What, 15, 6 and 6?
Yeah, 16, something like that for sure. Yeah. Maybe even like 26 and 6.
Maybe.
So, especially with this team that like, he has Jeremy Grant, who was literally their playmaker in Detroit last year. They have Killian Hayes.
It's going to be a fun team.
It's
going to be a super fun team to watch.
Yeah, I hope they get at least like, I mean, they will give him 1 or 2 nationally televised games because of Cade, just to bring in more people. But
I'll be watching them on my legal streaming sites.
Yeah, it's just other because I mean, like, again, like, all these teams are very fun to watch to see where they end up. Like past March for sure is when things are gonna really pick up, and like I feel like there are gonna be a lot of seeds differentiated by like 2 wins. There were like a couple losses,
half a game here.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'll move it up to I'll go.
Then let's talk about the West being stacked. The East.
Yeah, the East is starting to look good.
The Wild East.
Yeah, the Wild East. So Pistons, I'll give it a C. I'll move it up.
Okay.
The Raptors, it's a B. I give it a B.
Let's see, what did I give it?
Because they.
Give him a C plus.
C plus, because they re-signed Gary Trent, so that's your shooter for the future, and you place him with Scotty Barnes, who's like the playmaker there, and. I mean, obviously, there's like a lot of stuff they need to figure out. You lost Kyle Lowry. You might lose Siakam. So, like, there's a lot of stuff to figure out. But for right now, to have a shooter like this locked up for 3 years,
that's good. Yeah,
it's good.
Especially when I heard teams were gonna offer him a lot of money and he stayed.
Yeah, he stayed. Yeah, because I mean, Toronto actually does look like a really fun place to play. Like right now, they're like who knows what they're doing, but Toronto's always a fun place to play.
It's the city, man.
Yeah, it's a city. The Rockets, I give them a fucking F because like they signed Daniel Tice to a 4-year $36, which is like
give him a D plus.
So overvalued. I think Daniel Tice is not worth 4-year $36.
And they got David Nwaba back.
Yeah, like
I feel like they're just signing these guys to fill the roster.
Fill roster spots. Like Daniel Tice, Daniel Tice's freaking ceiling was like with Boston when this dude was shooting pick and pops. Like this dude was like going to be
nice with Jalen Green. If
he could be. But like
he's gonna be
for right now, for right now, this is just like a roster filler. But like, it just doesn't make any sense to have somebody like this for 4 years. Like it just, I mean, if you trade him, I don't know. Maybe that's a value trade.
Maybe
for
like team wants him in like a deadline or something.
This is that makes more sense. So I think Daniel Tice will probably be moved trade deadline. Spurs, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. This is an F. Doug McDermott to
a D minus.
Yeah.
Zach Collins?
Like what? Okay.
Bryn Forbes is back, I guess.
Yeah. Bryn Forbes. Like
Zach Collins and McDermott?
Yeah. Like, is this really the?
If I'm DeJounte Murray, I'm mad.
Yeah. Is this the pieces that you're gonna build around DeJounte and Josh Primo? Like I don't know. That didn't make any sense.
Locked into Zach Collins for 3 years now. So.
Yeah. So.
Good luck moving that. He's always hurt.
Yeah. He's always hurt. He's been hurt for the last 2 years.
I'm surprised he even got a contract. His agent is the best in the game.
Best in the game.
Give me his contact info.
Yeah, there's some of these agents that are like just W's, like just W's.
Lord, I seen what you done for other people.
Oh my god, bro! Like, where was the Luol Deng's agent
Timothy
is like
Mozgov, man.
Oh, Timothy Mozgov. They're like they have the best agents.
They gotta be in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, bro. Last quick hitter, the Thunder. It's Mike Muscala. They re-signed him to a tier. It's just like a whatever.
The big thing is you get Shai.
Yeah, you got Shai back.
So I give that a C plus. You lock him up for the next 5 years.
Yeah, there's some here that I have them very low because they either re-signed as I was doing this or today.
Yeah.
So so it's a C because
you get your superstar.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Thunder aren't in a place right now to be bringing in guys. They're focused primarily on just developing guys and then flipping them for picks. Okay.
Yeah. So, as a listener, you guys are probably gonna witness a trend in which usually these quick hitters we gave them either C or lower, pretty much, except like the Clippers, but these analytical ones are going to be, or the ones we're going to analyze fully in depth and go through our criteria here, is I'm pretty sure we gave them higher than than B most likely. I think most of mine.
We'll see. Mine's aren't like.
So the first one, the Bucks. I'll give him a B.
Give a B minus.
Okay. They re-signed Bobby Portis.
Big.
That was huge.
2 years, 10, right?
Yeah. 2 year 9. Oh yeah. 2 year 10, 2 year 9, somewhere around there.
Getting BP?
Yeah, getting your 6-man. That's valuable. Yeah. And there were reports that this dude was going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, he turned down money to come back. So.
Yeah. So, and I think what it is that I think he realized that, because I think he signed after PJ Tucker left.
Yeah.
So I think he's like, oh, I can get my starting spot here.
Yeah.
Or I'm for sure a 6-man.
Yeah,
something
heavy
like
minutes,
that. Yeah. So. And then they signed Rodney Hood to a 1-year 2, which is I think bigger than people think, because Rodney Hood's
more shooting.
Yeah, Rodney Hood's really nice. He's a shot creator. Yeah. And then the last signing they signed Semi Ojeleye, which is pretty good. He's a good defender.
And George Hill's coming.
So
you really only lost Bryn Forbes and PJ.
Yeah.
Bryn Forbes, bench shooter, didn't play much in the playoffs.
No.
PJ Tucker is going to be missed.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like Bobby Portis can bring that same energy, especially. And on the defensive end,
I'm not going to say they got worse.
I think they stayed the same.
They kind of stayed the same.
They stayed the same.
They filled the holes that, PJ Tucker would.
Yeah, and Bryn left. But I think they got their PJ replacement in PJ and Semi. I think both can play. And then they got their Bryn Forbes replacement with George Hill, who still shoots like above 40% from 3.
That's another playmaker.
Yeah, and Rodney Hood, who shoots better than 35. So like,
it's a good offseason for the defending champ.
Yeah, it was a pretty good offseason. I saw that they lost PJ, and I was just like, I know what they do now. And then I saw Bobby Portis and then Rodney, and then they just kept coming in. So like, it's pretty good for.
Usually, the defending champs don't really make that many moves.
No, because they want to run it back. But like, this is good. Like Bobby Portis on 2-year 9 or 10. Is like just the most you could ask for, considering that this dude was gonna get a lot of money. That's a B. I mean, does it move the meter for you? Like, do they stay 1, 2? I think they do. I don't know.
I think they stay in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were a 3 seed, right?
3 seed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they're gonna be a top 3 seed again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's
55 plus wins.
Yeah. So I mean, Budenholzer is like the best regular season coach ever. Yeah. So he'll figure it out. And these contracts do make sense with the cap space. I mean, like it's Rodney Hood, Semi, and George Hill on all 1-year rentals, and if you know you're gonna run it back, you're fine.
I get Bobby Portis for 4.5 a year. It's
and overall, it makes sense. Like, this whole thing makes sense.
That's a good free agency from that front office.
It's a good free agency. The Bulls, I give it an A. This is I
gave them an A+.
Yeah, this is the best thing
they went
that
all
could
in.
ever happen. All in, and they were like, okay, we have Zach for what is it 2 more years? I think.
It's good that they're building around Zach.
Yeah. So we have to. Yeah. Because they're not trying to make the same mistake that New Orleans is doing with Zion. Mm-hmm. So they were like, okay, we're going to bring in defenders and more playmaking to get the win by committee type team involved, because Lonzo, as we've seen, signed a 4-year $85 million, which is a great contract. Yeah. It's a great contract. He can create. His shot has gotten better.
And he plays defense.
So that's your starting, guard. Yeah. And it moves Kobe to the 6th spot because he didn't play much defense. Like, he wasn't best defender. He's too skinny.
Bench too.
And they have a good bench now with Kobe, Caruso. There's some bench. There's their bench is kind of weird, considering that they lost Thaddeus Young, which I love Thaddeus Young.
He was good.
He was really good for them. And then who else do they have? They had
Denzel Valentine leave. He's ass though.
He's gone. I think he's gone.
Garrett Temple's gone.
So there's still bench pieces that need to be figured out.
Satoransky's out of there. So
yeah, but a good 7-man rotation is there. Or 8.
That core is there.
Yeah, they have Tony Bradley, who, I mean, I've seen Tony Bradley minutes with the Jazz, and he's not,
backup big.
He's a backup big. He's
rotation big.
Yeah, he's a shot creating. He's a shot blocking big. He can protect the rim at times. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he obviously not to Vucevic's freaking standard. But they signed
the big signing.
The big one, DeMar DeRozan is now a Bull, which is honestly it kind of blew my mind because I was telling.
I didn't expect Chicago.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I think I told you where I was like, I remember in 2K.
Oh, when you were a Bulls fan?
Yeah, when I was a Bulls fan. In 2K19 or 20, when I played for the Bulls, I saw DeMar DeRozan, like he got there, and I'm like,
they got to get you in the front office.
Yeah, and I'm like, at the time, I'm like, this doesn't look right. Like this doesn't feel right.
Look at it. What is it? When life imitates art?
Yeah, when life imitates art.
Imitates life, whatever it is.
Yeah, so like now DeMar is actually a Bull, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
So the lineup's gonna be Lonzo, DeMar.
Oh no, Lonzo, Zach,
DeMar,
Paul, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic, which is great starting lineup. And
Paul, I mean, I think he's gonna make this next steps to become that elite wing.
And with Billy Donovan as their coach.
Yeah.
We saw with the Thunder that he really liked to run a 3-guard unit. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Lonzo. If he goes like a defensive, let's say he goes defensive, Lonzo, Caruso, Zach. If he wants to go offensive, Lonzo, Zach, and Kobe.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch
very flexible.
Yeah, very flexible. Even Patrick Williams could probably play like a big 3, and then you move DeRozan to the 4. That's how I see it.
There's a lot of shot creating on this team.
Yeah, there's a lot of shot creating.
A lot of guys can get their own shot, which that's pretty.
So deadly. The offense is going to be very ever flowing, considering that they're not selfish.
And then you got Vucevic in the paint.
Yeah, it's a good offensive rating.
I like what they did this offseason.
Yeah, because like let's say
jealous.
Because let's say they're like, even if they're stagnant, I feel like all it is, okay, there's 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Let's just feed Vucevic and he can go to work.
He's automatic from either hand.
So like they have a lot of in like 3-level scoring.
Yeah.
So
you got one of the best mid-range scorers, DeMar. You have the 3-point shooting with Zach. The paint scoring from Vooch.
Yeah.
And Zach can always get to the rim.
Yeah, and then Lonzo.
Man.
I like this.
This is going to be fun. This is fun to watch. It can either go really good, right? really bad.
Or really bad.
Because if it goes bad, you're locked into all these guys for 3-4 years.
I think.
And you have no assets.
Yeah, I mean, considering that, like, okay, it's Lonzo's team, quote unquote team. And then DeMar, it's like, again, there's a lot of shot creating, but like, is there too much unselfishness that like they never get a shot off?
Yeah.
So like,
who's gonna sacrifice their points?
Exactly. Like, I think it'll probably be Lonzo doesn't care. Lonzo couldn't give a fuck. Zach LaVine,
he wants it.
Will want it for sure, and he's going to have his moments. But like, if there's one person to sacrifice, it'd probably be DeMar.
Yeah.
Considering that, like,
I think it'd be Vooch.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think this past season, DeMar's season was very underrated. This dude averaged like 8-9 assists. So like this dude could probably average now 10-11.
Yeah.
On like a good like 11-12 points, like 12. This dude could average like 12.
I think he'll get like 18.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Oh, like I don't know,
and still be a playmaker for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be interesting though.
Yeah, like this dude will have like 50. Like there, I can already see it. There's probably a game where this dude could have a triple double.
Yeah. Where do you think they'll finish in the East? I think they're making the playoffs if everything goes well.
If everything goes well,
maybe a top 6.
Let's see. We said Indiana 6. So probably 6 or 7.
It's gonna be tough. I don't think Boston's making it.
No, Boston's not making it. I could see them getting higher than Atlanta.
Yeah.
So 5. I could see them getting higher than New York if everything goes well.
I mean, Washington was in the playoffs last year.
Right.
I don't think they're making it.
So 4-5 is their ceiling.
Yeah.
But floor is like, I think they're even just talent wise, 9-10.
Yeah.
They're a playing team, So they should be okay. So like, does it move the meter? Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
From last season, yes.
They were.
No one was watching Bulls games. Yeah, people are gonna watch Bulls games.
They were like 12 seeds, right?
Yeah.
Or like 13 seeds last year. Yeah. So
I mean, Thad Young and Zach LaVine were your 1-2 punch. So.
Does the contract make sense? All these contracts make sense. Lonzo Ball is perfectly valued.
I like everything except the DeMar contract, $28 million. He's 32. You have him so he's 35. That's only iffy thing. But if it works,
then it's perfect. Yeah, Caruso to a 4-year 37. It was a perfect deal. So that makes sense. The contract does make sense. So this entire off season for them makes complete sense. They just got to figure out some bench things. But A+ for them. Yeah.
Perfect.
So now, the Hawks. The Grizzlies. Well, the next team is the Grizzlies, but they didn't freaking do anything. But anyway, the Hawks.
B+.
B+. I give them an A, considering that like they're literally running the entire team back.
Yeah.
They re-signed Lou Williams. They re-signed John Collins. They re-signed Trae Young. I mean, there's nothing more we can say.
The only thing is, with re-signing Collins and Young, they're gonna have to move on from Cam Reddish or someone.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, they used all the money on
Yeah,
Gallinari.
that's the thing about having so many good young players.
Yeah, so I mean, interesting to see what they'll do with that. But they'll definitely have this year to run it back.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, B+, you lock up your 2 cornerstones for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, like, I don't know, because they were already shopping Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
Even before they did this John Collins re-signing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to me, like, I don't know. That could either be, like, a mistake for them or, like, a good thing for them to be able to sign or, like, somebody else. Because, like, if let's say they go back to the Eastern Conference Finals again, and then Gallo continues to, like, kind of decline a little bit, and then his free agency class comes, then, like,
two more years.
It's 2 more years, right? And then he'll be, what, 36?
Yeah, dude, they gave him a lot of money.
They gave him a lot of money. So, like, yeah, so, I mean, he'll probably leave by then. But it's just 2 years. Like, I don't think the Hawks can wait 2 years, considering that, like, they made so much progress.
Too fast. That's the problem with young teams. If you go too fast.
Yeah, because, like,
well, we got to pay all these guys.
Yeah, we got to play John. They paid John. They paid Trae. Now it's Bogdanovich. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
he's on a big contract, too.
He's on a big contract, too.
You got Herter.
Herter wants his money. Reddish will want money.
Yeah.
Capello will want money. There's just too many. I mean, maybe they figure it out. Maybe they do like a Warriors thing, because the Warriors GM they did a great job with the cap space that they had available, and like there were some pay cuts, but like it still worked, considering that like fucking Steph Curry still signed a 5-year $210.
The salary cap is like one of the hardest things to understand.
Yeah.
I feel like some teams just make shit up. They're like, oh yeah, let's pull this out of our back pocket.
Yeah, there's like luxury stuff.
Yeah, and the TPE, the traded player exception.
Yeah, just a lot of it.
Someone made a joke. You're like, oh, what can we do with our BEA, our TPE, our WWE, our MLB? It's just like all these
acronyms. Like, it's just that I know, right? Like, I feel like there's actually some stuff. Yeah. Like, okay, Lakers don't have cap space,
but the guys.
But I truly believe that LeBron paid out of his pocket.
No, they wouldn't allow that.
They wouldn't. Really?
I'm telling you. If you want to find a job, learn the NBA cap structure and rules, and you'll literally have a job in a front office for that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because those cap guys, if you know that stuff, you have a job in a front office.
Yeah, they like the Warriors, for example, is like the perfect example for what they did for the last 6-7 years. Yeah. So they played it well. But anyway, back to the Hawks. A plus or A plus.
B plus.
I think they did well. Does it move the meter? I mean, yeah.
It's pretty much the same team.
It's the same team. They could either be again, like they're running back with the same coach, right?
Yeah.
So there's no coaching change at all.
No.
So they're gonna have, what's his face? Nate McMillan. For the entire 82-game season.
Yeah.
So
because they got a midway, so that's a great point to bring up.
Right.
How are they gonna look? Are they gonna finish higher than what they finished?
Yeah, exactly. Because like they were 3 games under 500 before Nate McMillan stepped in.
There was locker room turmoil. John Collins wasn't getting along with Trae Young, and then Nate McMillan comes in
and then fixes everything. Eastern Conference Finals, and he ends up resigning. Yeah. So for a full 82-game season, like, I mean, they could be a team that gets 60-plus wins. Like, you never know.
Maybe.
I think
definitely over 50.
Yeah. Like, ceiling for them now, especially from what we saw, is 60-win team. The floor is, like, a 50-win team. Like, this is how good they are already. That, like, I give them a 10-win, 10-game, like, difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The next team is the Heat. Oh, man. The Heat had a fucking amazing. I don't know who was better, the Heat or the Bulls.
Oh, Probably like the Bulls, what they did a lot.
Yeah.
But before we get into hate, congrats to Duncan Robinson.
Oh, yeah. D3, Williams College. Yeah. He transfers to Michigan. Undrafted.
Summer league team.
Exactly. He gets it first undrafted player to sign a contract this huge.
Yeah. $90 million.
Like, this is what happens, kids.
Go shoot the ball. 500 makes.
500 makes.
If it's snowing.
Yeah. And Everandi.
Yes.
This is what happens. It gets you a 5-year 90.
Gentlemen.
It gets you a 5-year $90 million contract just to shoot threes. If you can shoot on the move, you can shoot in place. Yeah. This is the money.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about? Imagine if Peja played now. Oh, man. Oh, dude, he would get so. Oh, the money would be insane.
Yeah, Peja.
Shout out to Duncan Robinson.
But yeah, I love Duncan Robinson. Duncan, I listen to your pod. We both listen to your pod. Yeah. We love your pod. Subscribe to ours.
And that wasn't even the biggest move.
It wasn't. It was
Kyle Lowry sign and trade from Toronto. They sent Goran and Precious Achiuwa, and they get Kyle Lowry, which is Jimmy Butler's. Or how does it go? Jimmy Butler is Kyle Lowry's godfather. So they said. So I think Jimmy Butler's a godfather.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, I know they were good friends. Yeah. But I didn't know that they had like that relation. But so yeah, sign and trade. Kyle Lowry was a 3-year $90 million. Duncan Robinson 5-year $90. PJ Tucker 2-year $50.
They got the dogs.
Yeah. Gabe Vincent did pretty well off the bench.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good. He looked good with Nigeria.
Yeah, 2-year, $3 million.
Bring back Oladipo.
Yeah, on a 1-year. But I made a joke with my dad yesterday, where I was just like,
"Yeah, trade him."
Where I was just like, I think this dude re-signed just to use their rehab facilities. Because he's still coming, he's still injured, so like I think he likes the rehab facility over there. So it's only like a 1-year rental, so like whatever, it doesn't matter. He's not gonna. I think he play. Okay, if the Heat are making a run, because he's not playing the first half for sure.
No,
he's playing the second half.
They say he's not gonna be ready till at least like December.
Right. So like if the Heat are running our good, well-oiled machine, everything's working in the starting five. Victor Oladipo might. Sometimes start, might not, and it's just another person maybe off the bench.
I mean, we have Victor Oladipo as a depth piece. I mean,
yeah, like
I know he's been injured, but I mean,
it works something. Because like I don't see him starting over because the starting five right now is Lowry, Duncan, Jimmy,
Bam,
and they had PJ and Bam.
Yeah,
PJ Tucker and Bam. I don't see him starting over anybody there. So like. You didn't pay Duncan 5-year $90 to come off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, and then they also added Dwayne Dedmon and Markieff Morris to come off the bench too. So
Markieff Morris.
So Oladipo with Markieff.
And a good center.
Dedmon, I mean.
Gabe Vincent could probably
Max Strus come off. Back too.
Max Strus, I love Max Strus. They always have. They always find. Did you see the Heat highlights for the summer league? They have this like Indian guy. I don't know if he's Indian. Yaven Sled, whatever. Yeah. But this dude's like a 7-foot center that can space.
Someone said that he shouldn't even be playing summer league. He's too good.
Yeah, he's too good, bro. Like this dude was great. So like you never know. Like this dude could be the next because the Heat now have created this like their undrafted process of getting guys up, and then they end up getting 5-year $90 million contracts is like amazing. So they could maybe pick him up and he does something. But
I give him an A.
I give him an A too.
I like this.
I like it a lot.
I feel like they're gonna be nice in the East.
Yeah. So I mean, does it move the meter? Yes, obviously.
Yeah, you're gonna be a juggernaut. It's gonna be.
Yeah. I think
they're gonna be happy over there.
The question is this enough? Because obviously they got swept by the Bucks.
Okay. So the thing
is this enough?
The thing is. I realistically, I think they only have like a 2-year window. Kyle Lowry's 36, gonna be 37. They gotta win now.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what they're doing, getting all these pieces.
Mm-hmm. And they re-signed Jimmy until he's like 37.
Yeah. So this is the core you believe in.
Yeah.
Here's your window, 2-3 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, I for sure think if this Lowry trade happened in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Where they went into the bubble.
Yeah.
This for sure would have. I think probably could have taken the Lakers to 7.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's an A. I think ceiling is like 3C because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see them worse than the Hawks. I don't see them worse than the Knicks. I don't see them worse than the Sixers. I think they could be
Brooklyn, Milwaukee,
Milwaukee, and then who the hell knows anymore? Like remember before it was so easy, it'd just be
Cavs.
It'd just be Cavs, and then no, like 3 years ago it would be like Sixers, Celtics, Bucks, and who was the other team? It was another team that was like, and the Heat, right? So it was like 4 easy. It's like
now it's just like, okay, well these guys made improvements.
Yeah, in the
Are they
East.
Better than them?
Yeah, before it was like in the East. It's like
bloodbath.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, in the East you could make like 4 teams, and for sure 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's just like who's 5, 6, 7, 8. But
it's gonna be interesting.
So it's gonna be very interesting. The funny part is that the East got so good that you might see a team like the Heat be a 7th seed just because.
Yeah, like a 48 wins.
Yeah, just because like.
I mean, that's how the West has been for the last decade.
Yeah, exactly. So, the Hornets, they didn't really do anything, so we're gonna skip over them. Now it's the Utah Jazz. Yeah.
Before you go into your spiel about them, I'll just give you my grade for them.
Okay.
I give them B plus.
Yeah.
Mixed overall offseason, including the draft. I know we're having a draft episode too. It bumps it up to an A. I like the draft.
Yeah.
What they did.
This was a W. I gave it a B plus as well. I mean, it would have been an A if Nick Batum was included in this.
So I mean, you get Mike Conley, your All-Star back.
Yep.
So he's
on a 3-year 72 and a half. I looked at it. I'm like, come on, man, take the 65. Just let us have more room to sign one more guy.
I mean, he obviously a key piece of your lineup.
Yeah, we're gonna run this team back.
Rudy Gay, wing. Hassan Whiteside. I mean, he's a good backup.
Yeah.
A good rotation piece.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the greatest since Miami.
No, he's a
good shot blocker.
2 of the most unathletic centers in the NBA.
But the one I really like, I mean, it's not a free agent signing, but it's a trade, the Eric Paschall trade.
Eric Paschall.
For a second-round pick, so.
It's nothing.
And you get Don, his high school teammate.
Yeah.
And I mean, that something that shows that the front office, they want to keep him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like what they did
here. I mean,
you really didn't lose much. You just
no, we didn't.
Niang.
We lost Niang, a future second.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And you come out with Rudy Gay, Hassan Whiteside, Paschall, Mike Conley, and Jared Butler.
Yeah.
That's a W. I mean, go get into it. This is your team.
Yeah, so, I gave it a B+. Again, I would have really liked to see, you never know, because Kelly Oubre is still available. Yeah. Kelly Oubre could sign some, maybe. I don't know, who knows.
Trade.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I'd be willing, if there was a piece I'd be willing to give up. Obviously Joe Ingles' name has been coming in and out for shopping. But I mean, to be able to keep Joe and still get Paschall and still get Rudy Gay.
That's just value.
It's just a lot of value. Yeah. And we now have a 10-man complete rotation. Yeah. And this Eric Paschall move, we've seen his ceiling. This dude can shoot.
We've seen shades of what he could do.
Yeah, his mid-range.
Yeah.
I think that was something that was kind of left out against the series in the Clippers. It was just okay, 3 or nothing. Yeah. Or 3 or a lob to Rudy. So that mid-range area was something we needed to find. And Eric Paschall has a great mid-range. And it's always funny because Paschall's problem with shooting is that he jumps too high. That's the funniest thing ever. But yeah, he jumps too high, or because he's a side kicker. He does a weird side kick when he jumps to the side. So there's still mechanical issues, but the Jazz training staff's gonna do well. This is just the best free agency the Jazz ever had. I always, obviously, because LeBron. Nobody wants to come to Utah. Well, look at this, right?
I mean, we didn't grow up playing with Utah.
We didn't grow up playing with Utah. Well, look at this. Rudy Gay actually asked to go to Utah. He asked to go to Utah. Eric Paschall, obviously, because Donovan. And Hassan Whiteside, the dude still wanted to be in the NBA. But anyway.
Dwayne Wade bribed them with wine. That's why Hassan Whiteside went.
Because of the wine?
The E connection.
I forgot. But yeah, I mean, I think the Rudy Gay signing is okay, if we need a strong 4 or 3 wing, that
he's a little old, but I mean he still has something left.
Yeah, because he is obviously a little bigger than Royce. He's 3 inches.
6'9".
Yeah, he's 3 inches bigger than Royce is 6'5", so 4 inches. more weight, longer wingspan. So Roy, it's just another.
And he can create his own
pick.
shot. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime you're a 1 seed, and you go into the offseason getting a little bit better, not losing anything, like that's
So
that's
this
automatically
is it's a W. I'm
surprised too.
I had a lot of
I'm glad you're having fun because my team.
I had a lot of fun.
I'm not having fun.
So yeah, this was a W. I loved it. The Knicks.
Oh shit.
The Knicks. I gave them an A.
I gave him an A too.
Yeah, right.
The real reason I gave him an A. Nerlens Noel, you got him back on a good deal.
Yeah,
was it 3 for 30 something?
Yeah, 3 for 32.
Yeah, so you get him back. Alec Burks comes back.
Yep.
And then
Derrick Rose comes back.
D Rose, Taj Gibson. I don't know if you want to say Taj Gibson. But then you got Kemba Walker on the buyout market.
Yeah.
And Evan Fournier, which I think was a little bit of overpay.
Mm-hmm.
But the Kemba, I mean, if he could rebuild himself in New York,
he loves playing there.
It's kind of scary that guard rotation.
So like
I like it. And I hate the Knicks.
Yeah, the starting five is nice. I mean, they're getting Mitchell Robinson back off injury.
I mean,
and so they have a solid 8-9.
And Julius Randle's just an all-star. I mean, let's hope he doesn't figure out to play basketball in the playoffs.
It's because it's funny because Stephen A is like, I overheard per my sources that RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are learning to use their right hand.
Oh.
They're learning to use their right hand. But yeah, I gave him an A. Kemba Walker, I don't think he's signed it's been released yet what his money situation is.
Like a 1 year something.
Is it a 1 year?
That's what they're saying, like 1 year 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, off the buyout market. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, but he'll probably resign after, especially if everything goes well. But their starting five is now Kemba, RJ. Who's their 3?
Oh, wouldn't it be like Kemba, Fournier, RJ?
Oh yeah, Kemba, Fournier, RJ,
Julius,
and Mitchell. That's a really good starting five.
D Rose off the bench.
Yeah, off the bench you got D Rose, Nerlens, Alec, and Quickly.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a solid 9.
I think they got better.
They really did. I mean, now with Thibodeau, I think Kemba Walker will benefit off playing with Thibodeau. The only thing is Thibodeau is very defense heavy.
Yeah.
So it might cause Kemba some games to be played off the court because he wants a bigger guy on there. But
Evan Fournier's worth $78 million.
No, he's not. He's not.
To me, overpaying.
Yeah, to me, I was looking at it. I was like,
I feel like they just did it to do it.
Yeah.
Let's get a shooter in here.
Yeah. To me, I was like, Knicks.
Don't get me wrong, Fournier's good.
Yeah.
$78 million over 4 years.
I think to me, why I gave him the A was just the fact that they got him. It wasn't the money.
No, the thing that gave him the A was bringing back all these pieces.
Yeah, all these good pieces.
And then still adding some stuff to it.
Yeah. So
I like it.
I give them ceiling 4 seed again, like they were last year. I mean, I would be extremely happy for next year if Knicks Hawks run it back first round.
Mm-hmm. This would be fun. That'd be fun.
That'd be a really fun series because I don't think it's gonna be 5 again. I think it's gonna be 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they did really well. So yes, this does move the meter because now you get Kemba in 1 year, which is basically his what do you call it, revitalization year, where he can literally redo his career now, especially for the past 3 years, didn't do well.
Yeah.
He has knee problems.
I mean, he's back home.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it's going to cause something in him. So it does move the meter. The contracts, every other contract except the Fournier contract makes sense.
Great deal.
Yeah, so I think again, Evan Fournier was just to have him. It was just to have him, and it's Evan Fournier is kind of going crazy in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So maybe that had to do something with it. So overall, it does make sense. All this makes sense. Yeah, they're like a 4th, 5th seed. I see them winning 50, 40 games again. So next, oh shit, we got the Lakers, the Los Angeles retirement home.
You're gonna hate the grade I gave him.
What'd you give him?
I gave him A-.
You gave him an A-? I gave him a B.
I hate the way they did it, but it makes sense.
But it all makes sense. Okay, we're gonna review because they did a lot. Wayne Ellington, I think, was a vet min.
Yeah.
Right?
1 year.
Yeah. Talon, 3 year 32. They got. Oh my God! This dude got fleeced, bro.
10 mil a year. 10
he got fleeced. This dude could have got easily a Fournier contract.
Yeah.
Easily could have
just off his potential.
Yeah, a Fournier contract. They got Kendrick Nunn, 2-year, 10, who
that's crazy.
Ring chase basically because he literally said
ring chasing at 24.
Yeah. Carmelo Anthony, Vetman. Trevor Ariza, Vetman. Dwight Howard, Vetman. Malik Monk, a veteran minimum, and Kent Bazemore, veteran minimum.
So look at. I hate the way they go about this with the vet mins and all the vets just let's go to Miami, let's go to let's go to LA, let's go to Miami, let's go to New York.
It's just all the move,
right? But I mean, the way their team's constructed, right? So you bring in Westbrook, and, you know, the outside shot with him ain't really the greatest. And if LeBron's your best 3-point shooter, So I mean, you bring in a guy like Trevor Ariza, shoot the ball, play defense. Okay. Kent Bazemore, shoot the ball, play defense.
Yeah.
You bring Dwight Howard, who's super successful in the title run.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah. He looked really good.
That was a good signing. And he's going to be an upgrade over Drummond, definitely.
Yeah.
And he's going to provide something Marc Gasol wouldn't, which is the vertical spacing.
Yeah. And
then on top of that, you had Malik Monk, a good scoring guard.
He got fleeced, too. I know for a fact he could have
gotten a lot more. And Kendrick Nunn, I mean, playmakers, shooters, scorers. And then Carmelo, another.
Yeah.
I hate the way they go about the business over there in LA, Clutch Sports, but I mean, A-. It could either go really well
or it
could go like the 2018 Cavs where they blew it up at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Adrian told me that you told him that, and I was like, this is literally the same thing.
I mean, it was, and then they added Malik Monk and none, so I was like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But then they could just trade those guys and get something else. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like, Wayne Ellington, they basically surrounded LeBron now with, like, 3-and-D guys, like literally just 3-and-D guys, or people that he's played with before. Like that was it. Like Wayne Ellington has been now shooting over 40% for the last like
super
4 seasons or something. Taylor Horton Tucker, I mean, you're gonna keep him because it's your guy. I guess
you gotta hold on to him.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn. I mean, again, like you said, shot creator, can shoot the 3. Melo, he's actually again turned his career around with Portland, and that allows him to now be like a spot up in certain situations. Trevor Ariza has always been a good 3-and-D guy. Dwight Howard, we saw what he did 2020. Malik Monk, could be in the running for 6th man of the year. Yeah. I feel like, and then Kent Bazemore, another 3-and-D guy, but I don't know.
Morals F.
Yeah,
off season A-.
Yeah. It's just like the one question or the one like thing that I have with this team is that like the age is always a concern. Because LeBron tweeted out yesterday saying like you could carry this age narrative. Like he can still play, but like. Is Carmelo gonna be able to hold somebody defensively? Is my question. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of other teams. Like, let's say for Utah, right? Utah has a lot of like a good 5, right?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be? Let's say he starts that game. Is he gonna be able to stay in front of Bojan the entire game?
That's gonna be.
That's the question. Like, the 4 spot for them is very awkward right now.
Yeah.
Like, because AD is gonna play a 5, or so he says. So that 4 spot, 3 spot, it's kind of weird because like if LeBron goes to 4, now the 3 spot's open. If LeBron goes to 3, now the 4 spot's open. Yeah. And like the 2 spot too is like, who do you put there? Do you put Wayne? Do you put Taylor?
Are they going to the same issues again where they got to start Marc Gasol?
Yeah.
Or Dwight Howard. When Dwight Howard now in this point in his career, he's way better coming off the bench than being a starter.
Exactly. So like
same with Marc Gasol.
I think all this will work. If AD actually comes to senses with himself, it's like, okay, I'm going to play the 5.
Yeah, AD is heavily relying on him. If he shows up and he wants it like he did in 2020, okay, I have no problem with this team being who they are.
Yeah, because he had this championship high thing last year.
I'm excited to see this. I hate the Lakers, you know that, but it's going to be interesting.
It could either go, again, it's like the same thing with the Bulls. This could either go really well or he could go really bad.
Like it's gonna if it blows up, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah. But if it works, I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I was just angry with these young players going here.
Yeah.
I was more angry at that than I was like Melo going there or Taylor Horton Tucker resigning or Wayne Ellington, because like to me, like
That's the way the NBA is now, like those big markets. I mean, you have 3 guys on 44+ 100.
Yeah, deals. Like the question is, okay, is Malik Monk, right? Or Kendrick Nunn? I mean, Kendrick Nunn has been in the finals, but like it was a weird bubble thing, right? So like, are those 2 players going to be able to like handle a playoff series? Is the question, because like we saw with Schroeder.
Oh yeah.
So put up a donut and like look at him now. This dude's on his couch waiting for a call. So like. Is like, are they gonna show up? Because remember, what happens once quote unquote shooters put on a Lakers jersey, right?
Yeah, they shrink down to 32%.
Yeah, they can't shoot no more. So I don't know. Like their best shooter last year was KCP, but I mean he was barely shooting like 38 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so as a team last year, they shot like 30 or 20. Like, they were the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. So. I mean, I don't know if it works. Again, if it works, it works. But I mean, does it move the meter in the West?
I think so.
What did they finish last year?
7th.
7th?
Yeah, remember they were 7th.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They were in the play-in, right?
Yeah,
I forgot.
It's gonna move the meter.
Yeah, it's gonna move the meter for sure. Considering that, like, I mean, you're in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't work, I see them staying at 7th. But if it does, I mean, they could go to 4th, 3rd.
No, GM's and Pelinka will figure out how to turn Kent Bazemore, Kendrick Nunn into Bradley Beal.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. Yeah. But yeah, does it move the meter?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, let's say something goes wrong again with Utah in the regular season, which I don't think will happen, but. Like, Lakers could be a first. The weird thing is, Lakers could be a first seed if this really works, and if it doesn't, and like AD gets injured again, LeBron tweaks something again, and it's just Westbrook, then like you're like a 8th, 7th seed again. So I don't know how this works, because like, let's say for a second again, like last year, right? LeBron and AD were out at the same time for like a couple of weeks or a month or something like that, right? They were fucking horrible. That's why they were a 7th seed, right? Yeah. And Schroeder was there by himself. Now you have Westbrook there by himself with all these vet min guys that are low-key like...
Yeah. So, I mean, their season's going to depend on the health of 37-year-old LeBron and day-to-day Davis.
Day-to-day Davis, yeah. So, like, you have all these guys, like... I could just think about these Laker fans, like, once LeBron and AD gets injured, like, obviously I'm not praying on injury, but, like, let's say if it happens, it's like the starting lineup is Westbrook, Malik Monk, Wayne Ellington... freaking Carmelo and Marc Gasol, like what?
Yeah, it's gonna be like the lineups when they were tanking.
Yeah, like
Robert Sacre days.
Yeah, they just don't have enough bench depth. I don't think
they're
so.
Not, like their bench guys aren't dynamic. They're just 3-and-D guys.
You're right, and like there's just a lot of benches. Like now teams are actually like investing in depth now because now depth wins championships, as we saw with the Bucks and with the Lakers in 2020. They had a pretty good 3-man rotation coming out the bench.
Yeah.
And then the last year, the Raptors had a pretty good bench as well. So now depth is starting to be a thing now. But yeah, I mean, I give them a B. We'll see what happens.
A-.
Yeah, contracts make sense. I mean, you get all these guys for veteran minimum. So like this entire thing, I guess, kind of, maybe. I mean, it's still a retirement home. Their still average age is like 33, I think. So we'll see if that holds up, considering that like there are a lot of new guys who are still like quicker, faster than some of these guys. So I don't know. Next up, your Mavericks. I put them in here as like something we can analyze. 1, because it's your team, and 2, because they signed more than 3 or more guys.
I was gonna say this. I'm straight up not having a good time. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I gave him a C-.
C-. Okay.
Day 1 was amazing. I was happy.
Reggie Bullock.
I didn't think we were gonna stop there. So we bring back Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
He turned down $88 million from New Orleans. So thank you, Timmy. I mean, it shows he wants to be in Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, he loves playing with Luka.
And then re-signed the fan favorite Boban.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Meshes with Luka. And then the 2 acquisitions, Sterling Brown and Reggie Bullock. So
when I saw the Sterling Brown thing, I'm like, oh, why?
I mean, I don't hate it. That's more shooters around Luka. I mean, in the Olympics, the whole Slovenian team are shooters. I mean, Luka was averaging like 14 assists.
Yeah.
Sterling Brown shot 40% last year from 3 on good volume. Reggie Bullock 42%. And Reggie Bullock also provides some defense. So pretty much it's the same exact team, and we're kind of just hoping KP can return to form, which, I mean, I don't know if he ever will.
It's 50-50.
I don't know if we got better. I think we stay in the same spot with like a 4th or 5th seed team.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to make more moves after day 1, but apparently we're not going to get Dragic.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going after Schroeder, thank God. Oubre is there. I mean, I wouldn't mind Oubre coming, but the thing we need to address is a secondary playmaker, because... I mean, we can't.
That's what I mean, this move, I think these signings make sense for this year, considering that, like, okay, you guys are completely not ready to win a championship yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you guys are ready for the 2022 free agency class, because 2022 is, like, the best free agent class that'll be for the next, like, 6-7 years. So this next free agency class is when I think you guys will spend your money, considering that I think... Let's say you guys go under 40 wins by the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I think you guys completely stay with Luka, blow it up with KP. KP goes somewhere on some massive trade, and you guys end up getting your CJ McCollum or Bradley Beal. I don't know.
The thing is with KP, I don't hate KP. I love KP. I like his skill set. It's just the health issues. Like if he got it together and stayed healthy, which, I mean, this is his first healthy offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this team, he has like the frame, like the ceiling to be an all-star.
Yeah.
But
which he was.
Yeah, so I hopefully we pick up Dragic mid-season in the buyout market. That's what they're saying. Dwight Powell's still on our roster, which says a lot. Yeah. So, and then we're also kind of banking on the development of Josh Green and Ty Terry.
Yeah.
So it's like
we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, I wish we did a little. If we had another move in here, like another backup point guard.
I'm really surprised. None of these free agents asked to be a part.
Bobby Portis turned us down to stay in there. I mean, seeing Kyle Lowry, I'm kind of glad we didn't give him.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's 36.
Yeah. I mean,
DeMar, I don't.
I mean, with the Heat it works well, but with the Mavericks, I don't know if it would have.
I mean, we always say this as Mavs fans. Oh, next year's free agency, and they would never get anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just reluctance to spend money, I guess.
New front office next season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully make some moves.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I gave him a B mainly because I'm like, okay, I was having hope for the foreseeable future of next year, and I feel like at some point KP goes in some trade for if this is again just can't find anything to go in, or can't find his rhythm again, and he just only averages 12 or 15 points, then I feel like that's it, it's gone, because your whole point is to keep Luka there.
KP will average 20 next season. Yeah. It was just the game plan that Carlo, he wanted to use him as a decoy.
Because is it this year or next year where Luka's eligible for the Supermax?
This year. So they said they're going to offer him $205 million once he gets back from the Olympics.
Okay.
So we have him for the next 5 years.
Okay, so, and honestly, if he doesn't, I think, because he'll then be in his prime.
Yeah, he'll be
27.
By the end of the contract,
yeah, or 27, 28, or something like that.
He's 22 right now, so.
Yeah, so 5 year. So yeah, 27, 28. I feel like it looks like this dude's in his prime already. So to have him locked up for 5 years, and if he doesn't win anything.
That's the thing when people say, "Oh, let's wait." I mean, you have Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
the best 22-year-old ever. You have to put a team around him every year. There's no time to develop guys. And that's the problem with him being so good. It's these other guys don't have time.
Yeah.
We gotta win now, because you don't want to waste a year of Luka.
No.
So that's the only issue with that.
So do these moves move the meter?
I think we stay in the same spot.
Yeah, I think
4th or 5th seed, 48-ish. 47 games.
Yeah. I mean, who's your coach now? You have
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, right? I think.
I'm interested to see the new system they run.
Yeah.
With
KP and everything.
Because Jay Kidd, he unlocked Giannis.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does with KP.
Yeah. Contracts, they make sense. I mean.
Yeah. Bullock for 10 a year.
10 a year, and then
Sterling Brown. I think he got. What did he get?
He got 6.2. So three
good
per
signings.
And then Tim Hardaway 4 year, 74. You save a little bit to
legitimately our third best player, maybe our second best player in the playoffs. So
yeah. So and so this entire thing does make sense, because I feel like this is what Mark Cuban's thinking for next year.
Yeah, which it never works, but
we'll see. The Nets.
Oh yeah, I give him an A.
I gave him a B because, actually, you know what? I might move it an A. I'll move it an A.
You bring back BG.
Yeah.
You get Bruce Brown.
You get Bruce Brown back.
And you get Patty Mills. More scoring.
Yeah, you get it back.
And you get, hey, my guy. My guy, James Johnson. 6'8" guard, big guard.
Yeah, big guard. So, yeah, I'll move it to an A. I don't know why I put people there. But, yeah, I'll move it to an A.
And the contracts were good, too.
Contracts were really good. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why it gets moved to an A.
Like, you go from Mike James to Patty Mills. You know how good that is? Yeah. Like, oh, my God.
So, yeah, like, Patty Mills came on a 2-year 12. Bruce Brown on a 1-year 4.7. And Blake Griffin basically on a veteran minimum. And then James Johnson on a veteran minimum, I believe.
He's going to be a rotation guy.
Yeah, he's going to be a rotation guy. I mean, I think the reason why I gave him a B is because they lost Jeff Green.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the reason. I was like...
Yeah. And Shamit.
So I was like, is James Johnson going to be your Jeff Green replacement? Like, he shot well.
He's not a good shooter, James Johnson.
No.
Okay? Not at all.
No.
I saw what he did with Luka.
Yeah, no.
Firsthand, I wanted to die every time him and was a 1-2 shot. But I mean, he's a good playmaker at 6'8".
Yeah,
gets to the rim well. It's just the shooting part. He offers the defense that Jeff Green.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole point of getting all these guys is literally outscore your opponent for the Nets. Like,
and Bruce Brown, I like how they brought him back. He was important for them.
Really.
I think he's gonna have a big year next year.
It's just, again, the health thing with this team. Yeah. It's just like, if Kyrie, James, and KD come back healthy, the entire...
Dude, it's
over.
It should be a lock.
Yeah, like, they took the Bucks to 7 with just KD.
Yeah, like, if they all come back healthy, full strength...
It's over.
65+ wins, 1 seed.
Yeah.
But then again, are these guys going to stay healthy?
Yeah, that's
Is Harden and Tammy going to hold up?
Yeah, but I mean the thing is, like, okay, let's say Kyrie gets injured for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Patty Mills is.
Oh yeah.
Can for sure.
Patty Mills. He's a winner.
Yeah.
Patty Mills won a title with San Antonio.
Yeah, he can for sure be a starting guard on this team.
Yeah.
So.
And he fits too.
He fits. He fits very well. He comes with a lot of down screens, and then like, we'll get to the draft later, but then like Cam Thomas, like another scorer, like this dude could have we'll learn off of Patty Mills for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And Kyrie together, so it's like it's a good, like, teaching moment for him on this team. So yeah, does it move the meter? Yes, I think they got better than last year.
Yeah.
Contracts make complete sense. And like
good offseason.
Yeah, this whole thing makes sense.
It's weird. Like a lot of the teams that were good last year are getting better,
which is scary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's scary. And it's crazy because, like, again, like we said earlier, like, is there enough wins to go around that, like, some of these teams are going to lose just because, like, that's how good the other teams are.
Yeah.
So, Nets will probably be a 1st seed for sure, or even a 2 seed.
Yeah.
If Milwaukee,
it depends, if they coast during the regular season.
Yeah, like, because that's the thing. They probably have this, like, again, like, with the whole Lakers thing.
They definitely have, like, a rest schedule.
Yeah, they have a rest schedule for sure. Like, there's no quote-unquote load management, but I know they, like, probably fake injuries and shit. Yeah. So, yeah, A+ for them. Nuggets, I give them an A as well. You bring back Will Barton on 2-year 32. I thought he was leaving. All the signs pointed to him leaving.
I give him a B-.
Give him B-.
They got Austin Rivers back.
They got who?
Austin Rivers back.
Oh yeah, they got Austin Rivers back on a 1-year 4.2.
And the Jeff Green signing.
They got Jeff Green. That's why I gave him an A.
That's huge.
That's why I gave him an A.
And my guy, JaMychal Green.
JaMychal Green, your guy on a 2-year 17. I thought he was gonna get way more money.
Hey, JaMychal Green's that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. Will Barton on 2-year 32. Yeah, like the Nuggets again are in this like weird, like, okay, you started Facundo Campazzo and you got swept by the Suns. Like, for sure, if you had Jamal Murray, like, that's a series.
Yeah.
So
this is good.
This is good.
They drafted Bones Highland.
Yeah, Bones Highland.
I mean, the biggest priority for them this offseason is, okay, let's get some guys at the guard position who could just keep us afloat.
Yeah.
Just until we get Jamal back.
Yeah.
And then they go on and add the wing depth with Jeff Green and bring back JaMychal Green.
Yeah.
And you keep Will Barton. It's just like they got better too.
Yeah, because Jeff Green is their like Paul Millsap is going to play their Paul Millsap role.
A little bit better, I think.
A little bit better. Better shooter, I know that. So it'll be
gonna love it.
Yeah, you're always gonna love having Jeff Green because Jeff Green had a shot 40, I think.
And he's a good slasher.
He's a really good slasher. This dude can still dunk.
I mean, it's a good.
Yeah, it's another example of a good team that got better. And
like the good teams got better when they're supposed to like lose players, right?
Yeah.
And all the bad teams who are supposed to sign guys, some of them got worse.
Yeah, they got worse. So like now with the Nuggets, like they were a fifth. Who did they play first round?
Blazers. I think they were 4 seed. The Blazers.
Oh yeah. So fifth then. So fifth because it's the fourth, fifth.
Yeah.
So probably fifth. And all that happened without Jamal Murray for the last I think 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a lot of games. And then now obviously Jamal Murray probably won't come back. Right when the season starts, or maybe
he's gonna be back towards the end of the season.
Towards the end,
like after the All-Star break, because he got hurt. Remember?
Oh yeah. So So I mean, usually it takes a year. I mean, unless you're not human like KD.
Unless you're Dinwiddie.
Yeah, it's your Dinwiddie. Freaking 3 ACL tears. Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, it's just a good team that got better. Austin Rivers he did well.
Yeah, he did pretty good in the playoffs.
Starting. For them, and they have a lot of lineups that they can run now. Mike Malone is a really good coach. They have a lot of lineups. The only question that I have for this team is the 2 spot, the shooting guard spot, because before you'd have Gary Harris, right? But obviously traded away from him. So I mean, Will Barton can always start the 2.
Yeah, I mean.
So I don't know. There's a lot of.
So it'd be right now to start the season, it'd be Austin Rivers, Will Barton.
Yeah.
MPJ, who's there for?
Jeff Green or JaMychal, honestly,
Nikola
and then Jokic. So I mean, it's a good 5. This team is has been in this weird
they're there, but
dance.
They're there, but they just never.
Every year they're oh yeah, Western Conference Finals for sure. But then something happens and they're second round or they go down 3-1, but they still come back. But they're so tired.
Quite get over the hump.
Nah, but they'll figure it out one time. I feel let's see. I mean, if we go through the teams in the Western Conference, now I mean they could be better than Utah. They could be better than the Lakers. I don't think they're better than the Clippers. They could be.
Yeah, they're better than the Clippers.
They're better than the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi's
the team right now.
Kawhi's out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They're better than the Clippers. So I mean, who knows? Denver is gonna be in this weird dance of 1 through 4 seed. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah. I mean, does it move the meter? Yeah, maybe
a little bit.
a little bit. Yes, just a little bit. I mean, I really like the Jeff Green signing for sure for 2-year $10. The Will Barton coming back, JaMychal Green coming back was huge. I think JaMychal Green coming back was bigger than Will Barton coming back. So. Yeah, just a little bit.
1 or 2 wins.
Yeah,
3 wins.
Yeah, 3 wins. The trade machine was plus 3 wins. Yeah, it's 3 wins. Contracts make complete sense. I don't see any overvaluing. I don't see any contract that's what the heck. And so all this does make sense. So in the end, Nuggets an A, and you gave them a what?
B minus.
B minus. Okay, yeah. Next team. I had this as a team we needed to. Go over in depth with because they're just a fucking dumpster fire.
Ooh.
The Pelicans.
Oh yeah, they had the worst free agency this offseason.
Worst thing.
I gave them an F.
I gave them an F too.
You had Thomas Satoransky and Garrett Temple when the dreams were Zion, Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
I think at one point they thought they were gonna get DeMar too.
Yeah.
And you ended up with Devontae Graham, Sato, Garrett Temple, and you signed Didi Louzada.
Who is this?
So it's
who is Didi Louzada?
I don't even think. This is horrible. Even the trade they made.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing was W was the trade with the Grizzlies, right?
The pick?
Yeah, how they got Trey Murphy.
I
like that. But other than that, I mean, I don't even want to talk about this team.
Yeah, bro. This doesn't.
Zion's out of there, bro.
He's gone. This is the same thing we're talking about the Mavericks now. I feel like Zion is good enough to be the main guy in a good playoff run team.
They're not making the playoffs.
But they're not making the playoffs. This team is just booty.
If I'm Zion, I'm pissed that you got me Thomas Satoransky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt if Zion doesn't play this season, fucking fakes an injury and doesn't play. Like, I wouldn't play either.
Give me Garrett Temple.
Yeah, and so like before last year, there were reports that his family was saying get him out of there, get him out of there. But obviously that's when they still had Lonzo and they had a good future. But I was like, and so I was like, what is this dude complaining about? Like, it's just you just want to go somewhere else. But now this makes fucking sense.
If I talk about it more, I'm gonna be more upset.
Yeah, it's just anger. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's just complete anger. Doesn't move the meter. Fucking no. They're like a 13th seed now.
You just minus your losses by 10.
Yeah. They like contracts. What the fuck, Devontae Graham to 47. Like this dude's just gonna be like the Pelicans are starting to look like a new Charlotte Hornets thing going on, like before everything, and like so does it make sense? This did not make sense at all. This is F. Okay, so try to get a little less angry.
No.
The Suns.
No, that ruined my day.
That ruined your day.
I'm not even a Pelicans fan. That ruined my day.
Zion's gonna go to Dallas.
Oh.
That makes you happy now. All right, the Suns.
I give him a B.
You give him a B? I give him an A.
You get Chris Paul back.
You get Chris Paul back.
How old is he? He's 37?
Yeah. I mean, he's locked up in contract until 40 or 39, 41 or something like that. Which is
campaign back.
Campaign
I thought he was going to get money.
Yeah, but I mean, 3 year 19, that's a little under considering what he did.
And the big one, JaVale McGee, to play the backup center.
That's why I put him A.
Because, I mean, you got Darius Archon. Frank Kaminsky is your backup center.
Yeah, and Dario tore his ACL.
Yeah, so you got JaVale McGee, gives you the vertical spacing.
And this gives you the combatant against Lakers.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's say they do Twin Towers thing like they did last year. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the bubble. Because they did a Dwight Howard, Marc Gasol, and AD. Like, two of those three played at the same time at like, most of the game. Mm-hmm. So, it gives you a Twin Towers combatant. And JaVale McGee knows the Lakers system. So, he knows that, like, okay, if LeBron comes off this screen, there's going to be a lob right here behind me. So, and DeAndre Ayton is good enough. The one question that I had for this signing was that for the Lakers Twin Towers, it's easier because Anthony Davis can space, but JaVale McGee and DeAndre Ayton cannot space. So offensively, it's going to be a little because I don't think DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, DeAndre Ayton is more comfortable in the paint, and he's not comfortable yet mid-range, but he can definitely hit that mid-range shot. So we'll see, but they got Abdel Nader on 2-year 4.2, which I like mainly because but this is their Torrey Craig.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense because I think that's why they signed Torrey Craig because they realized Abdel Nader is practically the same player, just shoots a little better from 3 than Torrey Craig, or has a better shot to look at because Torrey Craig's shot is fucking weird, but Abdel Nader is like has a really good jump shot. So, I mean. Getting all these back, I say A.
I say B. What did I say, B?
You said B plus, I think. Yeah. But, I mean, it makes sense. Does it move the meter? I think it stays the same.
Yeah, it stays the same, definitely. They'll be a top 3 team again.
They'll be a top 3 team again, yeah. Especially now with JaVale McGee adds, like, 3 wins. It's easier this year with
the Clippers. Kawhi, so.
Yeah, JaVale McGee makes this team so much easier.
Guy went from a meme to being
to diet.
A pretty good
backup rotation. And like again, the Suns made the finals. Like I don't think it was such a fluke that they made the people want to make it was such a fluke and whatever. That was supposed to be the Lakers, but like they beat the team. Like sure, okay, AD was injured, but like if it's again, I told you my rule. If it happens during a playoff series, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like is Chris Paul going to be like, hey, man, I don't want to play. I want to wait till he's...
Sometimes you got to get lucky to win a chip.
Yeah, I mean, there's luck that happens all the time. For the last, 5 years, there's always been one kind of, major player.
LeBron got lucky with Draymond getting suspended.
Exactly, and he won that team, and he won that game.
So just like Steph Curry got lucky when Kevin Love went down and Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Injuries are part of the game.
This is how it is.
And if it happens in the playoffs, I mean,
all those injuries happen. I think.
Want us to turn injuries off? What is it, my league?
Yeah, there's just okay. There's always a big what if, but it happens. That's how it is.
I better not see anyone take the title away from Giannis.
No, yeah. I hope not. I mean, again, there still are because everybody wants to fucking see a Nets Lakers finals because that's the
like the finals this year.
I really did because that's everyone's wet dream. It's just that even this year, that's what they want. But
I'll be pissed if it's Lakers Nets more than if it's a Bucks or someone else.
Yeah, Nuggets. Hawks. Remember we were dead last year? We were Hawks Utah.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was a possibility at one point. But But yeah, like, I mean, it stays the same. This meter stays the same as to like where they are in the standings. These contracts do make sense. The only question I have is like, is Chris Paul really gonna play until he's 41 or 40?
Yeah.
And for 120 million, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But the campaign, Jerome Bean, Abdel Nader, all make sense. So this entire offseason makes sense. Again, it's just another example of a good team that got better, adding one or two guys, or re-signing a guy that like had a really good like what's the word? There was a really good piece in the system. The next team, third to last team, the Trailblazers. That's a D. I don't think it was horrible. I think it was a D.
I'm pissed if I'm a Blazers fan. D plus.
D plus? Okay.
Okay, you get Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Once I saw that, I was like, okay, good.
And then you give Dame Cody Zeller?
Yeah.
Like, what? I know we got the notification in the hotel room in Tokyo. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Not again. And then Tony Snell. Just, I'm Dame. I'm hot.
I'm calling Elton Brand right now and say, hey, can you put a package together for me? You get Tony Snell 1 point on a 2.3 and Ben McLemore on a 2.3.
Yeah.
I gave him a D because this is somewhat better than the Pelicans did.
Yeah.
So it's just like just a little bit.
I gave him the plus solely off the Ben McLemore.
Yeah.
Another shooter.
I like Ben McLemore, but like. Tony, what the okay? What?
Nah.
It's just this. It doesn't make any sense. Like once I got it, I was like, okay, Norman Powell's come back on 5-year $90. I'm like,
and they have a new coach.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Dame has literally said, "Oh, this team's not in the place like where we could win a title." And what do?
They give him Cody's fucking
Let's give our
Zeller.
cornerstone Cody Zeller.
Yeah, and I really thought the Blazers had faith in Zach Collins, even though he was injured most of the time, but I guess not. So like, and I heard that he was really angry that they let go of Carmelo, and if they're already shopping CJ, I just say fucking blow it up. Like, there's no point. Like, if
Dame come to Dallas for Josh Green and Tyrell Terry.
Like, if Cody Zeller is your backup 5, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I mean, the starting 5 still looks sexy. Dame, CJ, Norman Powell,
Rocco.
Rocco and Nurkic. But, like, that's never enough. It's never been enough. It's never been enough. Nurkic,
he's always hurt.
Yeah, Nurkic wants to leave, too,
You're
I
going to
think.
be getting Cody Zeller starting minutes.
Yeah, like, the bench is going to be... it's going to be fucking... this is horrible. It's a D. Like, does it move the meter? No, it makes him fucking worse than last year. I mean, Damian Lillard...
I feel like Dame will still will them to, like, a top 6.
We'll will them to a top 6 for sure. But, like... This is just not enough for you trying to make him stay. Like his loyalty is his thing, but like at some point it's just like, I'm your star player. What the fuck you giving me?
Dirk would have stayed, but I don't blame Dame.
Yeah, like this is like a situation already where it's just like, bro, we want to see you in a meaningful playoff game. That's like in the conference finals.
Yeah.
For either West or East, but so contracts I guess kind of makes sense. Like.
And they're 1-year deals. So
1-year deals doesn't make any sense. Like Norman Powell,
you lock him up for the next 5 years.
Like, I mean,
he's still a good trade piece.
He's a really good trade piece, yeah. But like, for when, like when you get Ben Simmons in like a trade for Dame.
I mean, also since he just signed, it's gonna be tough for a team to take on all that salary.
Yeah. So I don't know. And so does this make sense? Not at all. This doesn't make any sense for you to like, especially to keep Damian. Just doesn't make any sense at all. So. D. Yeah. The next team, second to last team, is the Warriors. I gave them a D because I don't know exactly how Otto Porter or Nemanja Bjelica is going to do. This is just like a very weird, like, considering we've seen how many Warriors teams we've seen in the past for the last like 6 years.
I gave it a C. I like the
average, right?
Otto Porter as a backup depth wing.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has something.
Yeah.
Bjelica, I mean, he's a knockdown shooter. I think he shot 40%.
Yeah, they both shot 40%.
So, I mean, the Warriors like shooting, and you have shooting around Curry and Clay and Wiggins.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of...
It wasn't the free agency that won. I mean, it was the draft.
It was the draft, yeah. They had a lot of... I mean, like, Warriors are, again, in a weird spot. Like, I know Steve Kerr will figure out rotations.
They got a lot of good pieces, though.
Yeah, they have a lot of good pieces. Especially, we saw Moody and Kuminga yesterday.
A lot of guys you could plug in if you want to play a certain way. You want to go small, you could run Draymond at the 5. You want to go big, you got Wiseman and Looney. You have Jordan Poole, Mannion. I mean, they're going to be a contender next year. I think this does move the needle for them.
This does move the needle, yes, especially with Klay coming back.
I think they're not going to be a playing team.
No. I mean,
it depends what Klay Thompson are we getting. Is he going to...
Yeah.
Now, we know he's going to be able to shoot the ball, but is the defense going to suffer due to the Achilles and ACL? That's what I want to see.
Yeah. That makes complete sense. I mean, let's see. The Western Conference, right? Are they better than Utah right now?
I don't think so.
No. Are they better than Phoenix?
Maybe.
Are they better than both LA teams?
Better than the Clippers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Better. Yeah, I mean, we have Curry, Klay.
Are they better than Dallas?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so, like, what do we put in? 6, 7?
Like a top 5.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's like Suns, Lakers. You have the Jazz. There's Denver. I mean, Golden State, Dallas, Portland.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they have 5. I think I see them at 5.
Yeah.
At 5, yeah.
I mean, we got to remember it's Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a capable lineup around him now. So.
Yeah, I mean, he basically willed that team to what was it?
Yeah. So I mean, you get his sidekick back, the game back together. I mean.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is very average. It was very like. You could overlook it and just be like, okay, this doesn't matter. But then, like, I could see Steve Kerr or just these two guys in the system, just like, I guess, yeah. So, I mean, I gave it a C mainly because if, again, we go through the criteria, I think it does move the meter, especially with Klay coming back. Contracts do make sense, but, like, this in general just, like, doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why I moved it down, like, to a C. C. So our last team in this free agency grading is the Wizards. Interesting. Average again.
I gave him a B.
You gave him a B?
Just, I mean, you got Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
I mean, you got him with a lineup with Beal, Dinwiddie. You got KCP, who's a good shooter. Let's see if Kuzma puts his money where his mouth is.
Do you think Kuzma will actually be what?
I mean, I know he got a lot of hate in LA, and that comes with playing in LA.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe the change of scenery might be good for him, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Be a little bit less, focus on what's going on around him in LA.
Yeah.
Come to Washington, play with Beal.
Yeah.
Maybe get a playing spot. Thomas Bryant's coming back.
Yeah.
So... I mean, they got a squad, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna make that much noise.
No, I mean, like, again, Beal has this weird Luka, Zion, Dame thing going on right now, especially with what his front office is doing for him. So I don't know. I thought this was average. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie, like, Bleacher Report is trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, they got a fucking big 2 or big 3 now with Kuzma, but it's just like, this is like. It's just average. I mean, like, in the East, right, as we've seen, the East teams
maybe
got
a
so
couple
much
years
better.
ago, if these two were together, they would have been a playoff team. But now the East has just drastically got better. And
Yeah. So, I mean, Dinwiddie on a 3 or 62, I don't know.
I don't hate it.
I don't, but, like, it's like, an ACL.
Yeah.
And like,
he wanted 80. So you get it for 62.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, it doesn't move the meter in the East. Let's see. They're not better than. I'm looking through the teams right now. They're not better than New York.
No, they're not better than Atlanta.
They're not better than Atlanta. They're not better than Indiana.
No, I think Boston's better too.
Really?
Yeah.
I think them and Boston are like here.
Just off of Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if we see Wizards, Celtics, first round playing again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, ceiling I see playing 9-10 seed.
Yeah.
At the worst.
Are they better than the Hornets right now? Let's say Bouknight and Kai Jones.
It's a young team.
It's a really young team. Gordon Hayward too. Terry Rozier. Like, I don't know if they're better than the Hornets.
At best, they're a top 10, like 10, 9-10.
Okay.
That's where I see them.
Let's see what other teams are there. Like, I
do like the potential, like Dinwiddie and Beal on paper, like 2 guards who could get a bucket for you.
Yeah.
Which is always nice, but
yeah.
I don't know if Dinwiddie does it for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so, like, again, to round it off here,
Before we go, the big W for Washington was getting off the Westbrook contract.
Oh yeah.
So
and giving it to the Lakers.
Yeah, so good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
This and that's a W.
Yeah, I mean, like Westbrook contracts have always been kind of like, disgusting to look at, but like it's just like, because obviously we all know what Westbrook is capable of, but like, does it work in LA? Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, the Westbrook cycle, and throughout the year, it's just like he plays like butt because he's trying to figure it out, and then he picks it up. Then it's MVP candidate. Then his Westbrook is the best, most athletic point guard ever, and then he comes back to the playoffs, and it's just like,
oh well, that's the Westbrook.
That's the Westbrook everybody knows, and like I'm just waiting until he goes 4 for 22, like 5 straight games, and like
they better give it to him because they're giving him a lot of praise right now. They better give it to him like they give it to how they give it to Kuzma,
everyone,
KCP.
Yeah, so
like the role players, bro. So
I'm just saying, LeBron, if you want to keep the narrative right, then keep the narrative right for that. If that doesn't go well, but yeah, like I mean, again, to round it off, I mean, a lot of teams, like it looks like from what we've seen.
Most of the teams that were top half of like the playoff seedings, they added a couple pieces and got better.
Right, like again, Bucks got better. Bulls got better.
A lot of teams want to run it back.
Yeah, Hawks running back got better. Heat running back got better. Jazz running back got better. Knicks running back got better. Yeah. Lakers got better. Mavericks got better. All these teams that we're mentioning were part of the playoffs this year, and so for them to get better, it's just amazing. So now it's just like, this is a really fun thing, like even especially like let's say it doesn't work out for some of these teams, like there's a lot of good contracts here. That's why we gave them high grades. So it gives them a lot of leverage to be able to find something else at the trade deadline mid-season.
This trade deadline might be one of the most active.
Yeah, it probably will. I mean, because like they got good valued players for low contracts. So this is gonna be a fun season, honestly.
And this season's going to be fun, not just on the court wise, but then the next off season's going to be fun too with that big free agency class. This league year, it might be a W, even if it's Brooklyn, LA. Your team in the next off season might be getting.
This will be a really good
I like it.
Regular season.
I'm excited. I mean, I've been excited since the Mavs got bounced in the playoffs. I need a Mavericks game or else I'm going to go crazy.
Regular season is going to be probably the most.
I'm quitting my job just to watch Maverick game.
This regular season will probably be the most like excited I've been for a regular season since like 20.
I've been excited since
15, 16.
I've been excited since we drafted Dennis Smith Jr.
But yeah, like it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of. I really hope the NBA does national TV correctly.
Oh yeah.
Because even for the bad teams, there's good rookies. Yeah. So I feel like I really hope that each team here gets at least.
Give me the Jalen Green, Şengün versus Cade and
Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah. Like Garza. Give me that opening night.
Like there's gonna be. I really hope they find a way to fit every team get at least one national televised game, because there's somebody to watch now on every team. Even if it's the whole team, there's somebody to watch on every team. So I really hope. The only team that probably like won't get a national television game is probably the Pacers and the Spurs. But like Spurs never get national televised games since Tim Duncan. But this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really fun. Yeah. I'm gonna love it. So yeah, I mean, overall, guys, leave in the comments like how good we are as graders. Do you agree with our grades as to like these free agents, like whether you gave, let's say, the Sixers like a C, like you thought that was average, like Andre Drummond's actually gonna help, or like you gave the Bucks like a C or something, like you didn't like the Bobby Porter's move. So let us know down in the comments.
Subscribe
to us first, please subscribe, like
the video.
Yeah, I wanted to say I'm very, very appreciative of all those that tune into our stream. That's our most viewed video that we have so far since we started this. But what doesn't make any sense though is that there's like double our subs for views. So why haven't you subbed is my question. Please sub, please like, please again comment as to whether you agree with our grades or not. We'll catch you guys on the next one where we'll be giving draft grades. So we're going to continue our Mr. Brown, Sir General Yoshi grading system. All right, see you guys on the next one.
Good one.